Okay, so let's say you want to calculate C is equals to A plus B. Okay, so if you want to calculate C is equals to A plus B, you always have to give the A value and B value. And the A value and B value, you don't want to fix them up in the program. You want to give randomly. Okay, some values you want to give randomly and then get the value of C. So for that, what we have to do is we have to use the parameters. Parameters will allow you to enter some data, and then according to that data we have to we can process it. We can process it according to what we have given the input as. Yes, Shazia, of course everything should start with Z. The program name also should start with Z. Okay, yeah, so we'll go ahead with this concept of parameters. First I'll do it with the variables data, and then I'll change it to the parameters. So let's say I have declared something like data A of 10 type type. Okay, I'll just say A type I. Okay, B type I, C type I. Now if I say, now I have to put a colon here, right? So okay, I have put a colon here. Now I say A is equals to 10, B is equals to 20, C is equals to A plus B. Write A, write C. Now what will happen? C value will be written. But what you want is you want to,
Sorry, A plus B.
okay, yeah, you want to calculate. Okay, this is fine, it is giving 30, but that this is not the purpose of a program, because you might not have to fix, you might not every time fix the values, you might change the values. So if you want to change the values, then you have to declare parameters. Now what will the parameters do? Parameters will ask for input from you. So if I say p underscore a, it's not mandatory that you have to declare it as p underscore a. You can declare it as a also. Just I'm doing it for our understanding that it is a parameter, just for our recognition. Type. Now c is equals to not a plus b. C is equal to p underscore a plus p underscore b. Now if you introduce parameters, what will happen is you can give values to the parameters ad hoc basis, on an ad hoc basis, and then you can calculate the value of c. If I give this as 10, 20, execute, and the value is 30, or then we change it as something like 100 and 20, execute, we'll get this as 120. This is what we Okay, so all of you try doing this, and we'll take a break for 15 minutes and be back by 11:30. So you just try doing this on your system, and I'll be back in 15 minutes. So we are discussing more in detail about the selection screen. So we can write like the selection screen begin of block B1 with frame title text 001, and selection screen end of block B1. So here we have this text 001. Double click on it. Say yes, yes. So we have something like this is DXC test data, DXC test data. Okay, so we need to activate this. So we can maintain up to 1,000 text like this. From 000 to 999, we can maintain 1,000 text like this. So we have selection screen begin of block B1 with frame title text 001, and parameters T underscore A, T underscore B, selection screen end of block B1. So we have this. Now, whatever text we have maintained in the text 001 will be visible for us in the output. This will be visible for us in the output. Let's see that. So you have to make sure that the text is active. What did I do? I double clicked on it, written some text like DXC test data, and then went back, and in the program I just activated the program and executed this, and then we have this 10 20. So if you can see, previously this box was not there. There is a box that is maintained here, and then we have a text also for the box, that is DXC test data is something which is coming on the top, right? So this is what we have made with the selection screen begin of block v1. So when you are writing the command as begin of block v1, it creates a block, and for that we can also maintain the text, and we cannot maintain the text directly here. We have tried this in the text hyphen 001, and inside the text if you maintain the text, whatever you are maintaining the description there, that will come up in the output. This is what we have in the selection screen. Select options is for entering some range, okay, for giving some range of values. For example, let me put it this way. I'll create select options, say s underscore nem type for numc underscore 5. This is a standard data element. I'll tell you about that later. So select options. Why this numc underscore 5 is what I will tell you about that. So numc underscore 5 is a predefined data type, and numc underscore 5 is a predefined data type, and I'll be explaining you about this in the coming sessions, because we are going to create the data element concept and all. So what we'll do is select options. Let me show you the select options, how it will look like. How select options looks like is what I'll just show you. See, in select options, you can give a range. You can give low value and high value. Let's say you give 1 and you give 10 here. So what you want is, like, you want to type all the numbers from 1 to 10. Okay. So if you want to write it 1 to 10, then what you have to do is you have to go ahead with. I'll give you a simple example, like, s underscore num. I'll write a new program here for select options.
Sir,
Yeah, yeah.
sir, what's the use of begin of block B1 with frame title text?
Yeah, you'll get a box. You'll get a simple box there, and
Sir,
just
we have to write. Sir, we have to write that entire thing, sir. Begin of block B1 with frame text, title text.
yes, yes, we have to write that.
Sir, then 001.
001 is the text. Whatever text you are maintaining there will be visible in the output. See, you have written in text is in what is the text that you have written here? The text that you have written is DNC test data, right? So this DNC text data will be visible in the output here in the when we execute this, we'll have DXC test data on the top.
Sir, where to give that DXC test data in table format? How to give that?
Sorry.
How to give the DXC test data?
Yeah,
Zero
here we
zero
have
one
given it right.
table.
See, we have written text hyphen 001. Double click on it, and whatever you write here will come there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I've added something. Okay. I've added the text. DXC test data by VA. Now, so we just have write C and P underscore A plus P underscore B. No, not this one. I'm writing the new one, right? So we'll go ahead with data num of 5 type type n. So write select options s underscore num for num. Now, if you write select options, it will ask you for a range. You can give a range of values. You can give a range of values here. So I can give here 1 and 10, something like that. Execute. You can get some values here. So what we can do is we can say write num is equal to s num plus 1. So we'll write something like if num is less than or equal to s underscore num hyphen look. Okay. Now we are writing this logic. Let me tell you step by step. Okay, so we need to understand it step by step. Let me stop and explain you line by line. See, in the first 8th and 9th line, what we have done is we have given this num is actually a value. Okay, let me first show you the output, then we'll go ahead. After showing the output, I'll go.
You declare differently, sir, for I. Before sum underscore num minus I, and below you use the sum underscore num underscore I.
Yes, yes, yeah, that's what something. Even then, So this is a simple program, but I feel that at this point of time there's no point in discussing this program. So please remind me about this select options program later, because we need to do some basics like if statements. We need to understand, do statements, and we need to do it part by part. Okay, so I don't want to rush into this. I just have this program, and I don't want to explain this right now. So you just remind me after completing this tomorrow's session, so that we can understand that easily. So just keep that aside as of now. Select options I'll explain you later, but right now you just understand this about parameters. Is the parameters concept clear for you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so select options, you just remind me, assume that it is not completed, and I'll be completing that option, because the scenario that I wrote, I used a lot of commands, like I used do statements, I used if statement, I used select options, various options. So I'll go with it slowly. Okay, so we'll do it later. Now we'll go with the variants. We'll understand the variants. We'll understand selection text, selection boxes. Selection box is what something which we have used just now. We are just keeping a box. So I'll keep another box here, and there are advantages of box. You might ask, what is the advantage of box? Even before the box, it was looking good, but there are some advantages. We'll see later. So we will discuss about the radio buttons, check boxes, and all. But as of now, we'll just keep the select options concept, the selection screen concept aside. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead with what you call the variance concept. Okay, so variance concept is what we'll see. So let's say you have this one. Now here we have p underscore a, p underscore b, right? So, and here we have no values are there. So what we can do is we can keep some default values here. Default values in the sense, you if you want to help the end user what input have to be there, you can create a variant. A pop-up will a small icon will come here, and they can select from the icon the values of p underscore a, p underscore b. So if you have 20 fields, 20 input fields in the selection screen, even if you have 20 input fields on the selection screen, you can still fill up all those values with one click in variants. Okay, we'll see how. Let's say we have this 10 and this has 20. Okay, this we are not using, but let's say, let us assume that we want to give this as 100,000, and we want to give it as 2,000. Okay, so this is not even used in this program, but then okay, and just we are saving it. Okay, and we are saving it as var1, variant 1. Save it back. Now next time somebody executes this program, they can see this variant symbol here. Okay, because we have saved a variant. If you click this and double click on the variant name, automatically all these values will be filled up with that variant. Okay, we can maintain one more variant. Let's say we can have 20 here and 30 here, and we can change this as 2,000 and 5,000. Okay, and this can be saved as a variant. Save it, var2, variant 2, save it, and now it's been saved. Come back, execute, and if you select this, and we have var1 and var2, right? So select the var2, and automatically all the values of the var2 will be filled up. Okay, so variant is something which will be for auto filling of the values. Okay, is this variant concept clear for you? Then the first concept is parameters. I hope parameters everyone understood, and we also did some programs, except one or two who are not able to log in. Others all have done it, right? So is this concept okay? Variant concept, not the select options concept. Forget about the select options concept. This is this concept of variants okay, or if you have any doubt, I'll explain you again.
So that means we're using variants only to auto-populate.
Exactly. Variants are for autocopy. Okay, let us remember like this. Variants are for like autocopy. And Pavan was asking, why do we use selection screen? See, selection screen is basically used for user input. If you don't have the selection screen, what will happen is directly you get the output. You will not have the chance to give some input from the user. So if you want to give some user input, that can be done in the selection screen. Okay, so if you want to do some user input, if you want to give some user input, you have to do it in the selection screen. Okay, Pawan,
Yes, sir.
selection
Yes,
screen
sir.
is for user input.
Sir,
Okay,
sir, without selection screen also we can take user input using parameters, no, sir?
no, the see, this screen itself is called selection screen. This screen is called selection screen. What you might be asking is select options. Select options has its own significance. In parameters, we can give only one input. In select options, we can give range. You can give range in select options. So when this range will be used, I'll explain you about the range as well, the significance of the range in the coming programs and coming projects. But as of now, this entire screen is called selection screen. Without selection screen, you cannot give input. But in the selection screen, again, you'll have parameters, select options, radio buttons, checkboxes, and all these things.
So could you explain the selection screen concept briefly again?
See, okay, let me put it this way. See, there is a program, okay, a SAP ABAP editor, okay, wherein we are writing this SE38, we are writing the logic, and then we are having the output screen, wherein we are seeing the output. Now between this output screen and the coding, if you want to give some user input during the runtime of the program, if somebody wants to give some input, it can be done only through selection screen. This is selection screen. Now that screen which we are getting, the entire screen is called selection screen. In that we might have, so even if you create a one single parameter, selection screen is created. Okay, even one single select option, selection screen is created. Even one single radio button, selection screen is created. Even one single checkbox, selection screen is created. So any one of these four, selection screen will be created. Okay, so these are all part of the selection screen. That entire screen is called selection screen. And in that, to get a block, to get a box, okay, to get a box, what are we writing? We are writing a command called selection screen, something like that. This is a command, selection screen, begin of block, selection screen, begin of block B1. So these are all for just getting the box, just getting a box. There was a box that was coming, but these are all part of selection screen. Any user input can be given on a screen. So a screen which comes between the editor and the output is called selection screen. As simple as that. Is it clear? Now inside that we can create a lot of things, and these are all the things that these are all the possibilities that we give in that selection screen. Does that make sense?
What is that block V1 indicates?
Any name. It can be something like you can keep the name as anything. You can keep something like AA, or you can say V1. Anything. Block name you can give any name. It should be two digit actually. Two letters.
So what exactly does that statement begin of block V1 do? Because even without using that, we could get the selection screen of A and B
Yeah,
when we
yeah,
use parameter.
yeah. We will get it. See, only thing is we got this block, right? See, can you see the block on the screen? There is a block. There's a
Yes,
box.
the next data by V, only that block.
Yeah, just to get that box you have it. Okay, let me comment that. If you comment this, what will happen? That box will not come. That's it. Nothing else.
Why do we need the box, sir?
In fact, if we
That
want it because of some client requirement, if we need it, we can have it. That's it.
okay, sir. Got it.
Okay, you have a box, right? So we just got a box, and that is not mandatory actually.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So I think if we if we take some examples and do it, it'll be more easy. No, Nitya, select options. Forget about the select options. Parameters. What you are doing is right. Okay, parameter select options. You forget about the select options, Nitya. Okay, what Nitya
Yes,
is.
sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, let me copy what Nitya is doing. Okay, what Nitya is given is the range is not example, not above 1,000. Okay, I guess these are very simple things, guys. Like I think the examples that we're taking, let me take proper examples and come back to you on this radio button and checkboxes, because we'll have, see, what is happening is they are interlinked. If I want to use something else, it is interlinked, so that's the reason I'm not able to use the example. So let me come back to that and I'll explain you very clearly with proper examples. No, just don't worry about that. Parameters is something which you understood. Select options and selection screen. I just keep it aside. Variants, I guess everyone understood, right? It's just for autofill. Variants is for autofill. And selection text is what I need to discuss about that. So the question is that, okay, if you are using the value above 1,000, it's not working. Maybe because the length is more than 5. Because the length is something which we are given as 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe there is some length constraint in your in what you have taken. We'll see that. Okay, see, guys, like you all are clear with the parameters, right? Parameters and variants. Tell me if you have any doubt in parameters and variants. Rest of the things we'll keep it aside. Parameters and variants. Anybody has any doubt, ping me in the chat. Parameters, variants, just two. Forget about the selection screen, forget about the select options. Now we'll go with selection text. Okay, we'll go with selection text. So if you are getting this screen, it means it's a selection screen. If you're getting this screen, it's selection screen. Now I'll remove this select options also here and we'll comment this select options. So we have this. Now what we'll do is, like, we'll go ahead with, okay, so our intention is, like, if you see here p underscore a p underscore b. Now the end users who directly see the screen, actually end users will not be seeing that screen directly, they'll come to this screen. Okay, we will be giving a customized transaction code. When they type their customized transaction, they come directly to here into this screen. So if they have this p underscore a and p underscore b in this screen, then they'll be wondering like what we have, what they have to enter here. So for that, what we need to do is we need to maintain the text for the selection. So for that we have to go to text elements. In the text, no, not text, selection text selection text. In the selection text, you can say something like enter first number. Okay, so when you execute this, enter first number, enter second number with them. Okay, okay. See, from the beginning, I'm telling you the parameters concept. Okay, so what is the concept of parameter? If a user want to enter some data, then selection screen will be very much useful. So I will go for a new program. In this, I'll use data C of 5 type n, then parameters p underscore a of 5 type n, then p underscore b of 5 type n. C is equals to p underscore a plus p underscore b. Now say write C. Now if you go for this 10 and 20 and execute, you'll get the value as 30. Now, what is that you didn't understand in this program? You tell me, I'll explain you this. Once we are all clear with this program, then we'll go ahead for the further thing. Forget about all the other things. Just concentrate on this program. Okay, ask only that question which is relevant to this program. Let us be clear with this, and then we'll move on to that something else. Does any one of you have any doubt? Ping me in the chat box. Only about the program that you see on the screen, guys.
Sir, in the result, we got the 00030 as the answer, no, sir? After
Yes.
we executed.
Yes.
That is because we have given the number of characters should be 5 for P of A and P of B.
That's right.
That's why we are getting 0030.
That's right.
If we just give as without any numbers, how what it will be just 30.
No. If it's a numeric value
Oh.
always adds up the leading zeros.
So we have to give a number of the range of the variable we are setting.
Yes. See, let's say if you give
Okay,
it as character, if you give it as character also, it will work.
if I give it as integer, it will be just 30.
It will give you 30, just 30. If you give it as character, it will give just 30.
If I give it as integer also, it will be just 30.
Yeah.
Only numeric, it will be 5 digits of whatever I give the number as, it will be that much amount.
That's right.
That much characters. Okay, so got it.
Yeah. Anybody has doubt in the program that you see on the screen, you ask me. Rest of the things we'll see later. Is everyone clear with this? Ish, I've been telling you a couple of times that when the colon is needed, see, yeah, Prajwal, tell me when the colon is needed. When the colon is needed here after data.
Sir, the colon is needed when we type some characters there, like C, type C.
No, if you have
So when
multiple,
we are using
When we
multiple,
have multiple lines.
We give more
Okay.
than two.
So
okay,
if there is only a single value, then we don't need to write colons, and if we have more than one, we need to use the colons, sir.
exactly. बस उतना ही.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay, now who answered this? Ish. You only question you. That's your question and answer also yours only. Okay.
Yes, sir. I heard what you said, sir.
ओके सो बस इतना ही है ना तो आपको वो कॉन्सेप्ट तो समझ में आया ना तो यहाँ पे सो सी सॉरी सो हियर व्हेन यू आर कीपिंग कोलन you can have multiple declarations here but since we have a single declaration I didn't keep the colon, that's it. Even if you keep colon, it doesn't throw any error, but for single declaration there is no need of colon. Okay, anything else guys? Any other doubts in this question, in this program?
P of A didn't mention any the size of the character, then it will what it will be adding. So,
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
sir, if we didn't mention the size of the type character, 5 then so P of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we didn't mention the 5, it will take 1 as the character size, no sir.
Yeah, you don't don't tell something which you already know. Yeah, like you ask me anything which you
No, sir. No, sir. While adding that, it will only extract the one character from that the saved content, or will extract both the digits, sir.
obviously one character, right? Obviously one character. So it will take only first character. So it's left align. It's left align. So if you take one, what will happen is, let's say if you have not given this, then I should also not give this here. So by default, it length is one. So it will take only one letter, one length. And if I give 8 and 9, the output is how much? It should be 17, right? But only one will come here. One also is not coming. Okay. It's not because the value is not been shown up. Like it's not able to accommodate it. Okay. Let me give it as something like 1 plus 2. Yeah, since it's able to accommodate, it is giving us 3. When it is not able to accommodate, it is giving us star. Did this answer your question? Okay, anyone doubts in this? Okay, fine. I hope everyone understood this. So let us carry forward the same program. Okay, let us not go out of this frequency. You're all on pace with this, I guess. Most of you. That select options was completely out of our path. So we were going on a track. Suddenly it was out of the track. So okay, let's continue with the same thing now. Now in the same program, you want some values here. See, the end user cannot understand what is p underscore a, p underscore b. Okay. So for that, what you need to do is you need to go and maintain the selection text. Text elements. Go to selection text. And in this we have the first number, enter second number, save it, activate, back, now execute, and you'll get enter first number, enter second number. How did we get this? I repeat, we just went into the go to text elements. Go to text elements, and in the go to text elements, selection text, and in the selection text, you entered this. Clear, all of you? Okay, that covers the selection text. Okay, that covers the selection text. Now we will see the variants. We'll once again discuss the variants, and then we'll go for radio buttons and checkboxes later. Because I'll combine this radio buttons checkboxes with a if statement scenario. Now variants is for autofill. Okay, as Shenas was telling, autofill, just for autofill. So if you give something and you want to every time autofill with this, then you have to save it as a variant. Save it as save. Just click on save and name it as var1 variant 1, or you can give any other name also according to the project requirement. You can also change the descriptions as well as you want. Okay, so anytime anyone comes to this screen, automatically they will be seeing default these variants. If they click on this, they'll be able to see the list of all the variants. Just we just have only one variant. Double click on it, and automatically these values will come. Just execute it and you'll get this value 30. This is what you have. Okay, so now we have discussed about the parameters. We discussed about the selection screen, selection text, and we discussed about the variants. Okay, is this three clear? Selection screen, selection screen, something which I was telling. I'll discuss about that later. Okay, variants we have discussed, and selection text we have discussed. Selection boxes, radio buttons, and all these things I'll discuss again. We'll go to the if statement now. Actually, if statement is a part of day 4, but there are certain things which we have to also discuss from today's portion into the next tomorrow's portion. So we'll just normally discuss a certain, just one if statement is what we'll discuss now. Okay, if statement and exit statement, do and while statement now. So let's first start with if statement. Then after the break, we'll discuss about the other statements, and if possible, some options on radio buttons and select options as well. There will be three kinds of if statements that we are going to discuss. One is if there will be a condition and end if. Then we will be discussing on if the condition, else, end if. If, else, end if. Then we have if, else if, else if, end if. So we have if, end if, else if, end if. Okay, so there are three conditions which we are going to discuss. One is if and if and if else and if else if and if. Okay, so these are the three conditions which we are going to see now. Okay, if and if else and if. Okay, Santosh. Yeah, we can do. You can do some hands-on on the parameter. I think before the break, I gave that time to practice the parameters only actually. Okay, so what Santosh is saying is we'll have some hands-on on parameters, variants, and selection texts. Uh, so yeah, you can do it. You can practice it. So in that case, we can continue this after the break. If statement, end if statement, we can do it after the break also. No issues. You can practice parameters, variants, and selection text. Is that okay? So shall I continue this if statement, end if statement after the break, 2 o'clock? Will you practice this now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Kushal. Kushal, structured data will come when we are discussing about the internal table concept. Okay, so structured data, whatever you are talking about, Kushal, I mean, yes, we discussed the elementary data types, right? So we discussed elementary data types, and the structured data types will come in the internal concept, internal table concept. So when we are discussing about the internal table concept, the structured concept will come. Okay, structured data types. Okay, okay, everyone. Like you just once practice this. Once you practice the parameters concept and the selection text concept, parameters concept, selection text concept, and then what? Variance concept. Okay, so you just practice that, and once you are clear with this, we'll go ahead with the if statement, if and if statement in the post lunch session. Okay, I'll be online, so you just practice it, and if you have any issue, just let me know. If you have any issue, share your screen. I will fix up that issue. Just ping me in the chat box, and I'll access this. Okay, Kavya and Ish still not able to log in, right? So anyone else is still not able to log in other than Kavya and Ish? Okay, I guess only Kavya and Ish are not able to log in. So for Kavya and Ish, I'll just ask them to fix it up. Okay. Kavya and Ish, I was told by the admin team that your IDs are working. Okay, Ish is there, or Ish, are you there?
Still, I'm not able to do it. I did it now. Like if you can see the screen.
Okay, okay, okay. Then you just configure it again, Kavya, because in the configurations which you have done by this, whatever details have been given in your mail, the configurations you do it once again in your system.
Sir, hello, sir.
Yeah,
Rishi is not able to join, sir, he said.
Ish is not able to join. Okay,
Sir.
why is it so?
He said some network issue, sir.
Okay, okay, from his side network issue. Okay, okay, fine, fine, okay,
It's showing like you have... Okay, sir.
okay. Maybe from his side,
Sir, I con
there might be an issue. Okay,
I configured again. Still, it's
okay. What's your roll number, Kavya? Not the employee number, roll number.
8, sir.
8 means the first serve. Okay, just let me check.
Yeah.
Okay, so even that logon pad, even the logon pad is also not coming, where it asks username and password.
No, it's everything is coming. It's like connection. It shows the connection is broken. Like once you connect it.
Okay, with your username and password.
It goes till the package creation and it gets broken off, sir.
Okay, Kavya. So I made you presenter. I made you presenter. You can just share your screen and do it once again. I'll just see the. I'll tell the same thing to the admin.
Sorry, sir.
Hello, sir.
Nageshri, tell me.
Sir, again he is not able to join, sir. Now its network issue is solved.
Who Ish? You mean to say Ish?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ish is not able to join because of network issue. Okay.
No, sir, it's solved. Network issue is solved, sir.
Even then, he is not able to log in. Why is it so?
Sir. I don't know, sir. He
So
is messaging me like
can
that.
you see it? It's showing the same thing again and again.
Sir, sometimes it happens, sir. So if we try logging in with a different device, it will work, sir.
Okay, okay. Maybe he has to do that, or he has to wait for some few minutes and then he try to log in. Otherwise, he has to log in from some other ID. You just tell him from some other device.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, sir.
now. We go with if and if. We go with if and if, and in between the if and if, we can write something like a price statement. Color is red. Color is red. So we can do this. And if p underscore color is equals to r, color is red. Now what will happen if you type like this? Then if you type the input as r, it will get you the color as red. But if you give some other alphabet, it will be like system will not be giving you any output. So I'll write parameters p underscore color, parameters p underscore color. So here we have p underscore color r, bright color is red. So this is what we have. Now let us go ahead with the p underscore color here. Okay, so here we have okay, we'll go ahead with parameters. Okay, I'll go with parameters p underscore color, p underscore color. So p underscore color is what? It's a input field now. So when we write this p underscore color, it will be expecting an input for p underscore color, for which we have to write the logic now. So if you see here, this is the output. So we want to write some alphabet, and according to that we want to write the condition. So let us go ahead with if p underscore color, if p underscore color is equals to r, if p underscore color is equals to r, and if okay, if p underscore color is equals to r, and if bright color is red. Okay, so now this is a very simple condition. We all know this type of conditions. So it's a very simple condition which we can understand here. And when we say r and execute, color is red is coming. Fine, that's good. But when I say y, there's nothing coming. It shouldn't happen. If there is something which you are planning to give enter there, and if doesn't work, then you should also get the else part as well. So you also have to get the else part. So we'll go for the else part. Else write color is unknown. So if the color is not correct, okay, if that color doesn't work, then you have to say color is unknown. So when we execute this, if r, we are giving r color is red, that's good. And then when you are saying the color is y, we have not written any condition for y, so automatically it should go to the else part. Any of the conditions are not satisfied, automatically the system should go to the else part. So else is something which is mandatory for every if statement, because it's a good coding practice to have else part in any if statement. It's good to have a if else part. Now here let's go ahead with the multiple conditions. How the multiple conditions will be written. So else if part. So p underscore color is equals to w. We should give it in capital letters. So what you give here in the program should be in caps lock, and the input that you give it in that part selection screen, it can be of your choice. Either it be lower case or higher case, uppercase. But here the input that we are giving here, or the logic that we are writing, or the condition that we are writing in the program should be in caps lock. Remember that. And write color is white. Color is white. And then we'll go for the else if part again. You can write any number of else ifs. Else if p underscore color is equals to green, white, color is gray, and so on and so on. You can write it. You can keep on writing the else if statements. So let us check them now. So we'll execute it. R color is red, fine. W color is white, green color is green. So and then we have purple p, we didn't handle it, so it should go to the unknown, color is unknown. It should go to the color is unknown. So these are the conditions that we have here. Okay, so this is about the if and if statement. In if and if statements we can have complex conditions as well. What do I mean by complex conditions is, we can have multiple conditions using and operator or operator, and we can put the conditions on multiple fields. For example, we have one more field called p underscore state. Okay, p underscore state. So state means like whether it might be the material is either uh, solid, liquid, or gas. Solid, liquid, or chemistry. So in this way, okay, so we can put another condition here for this state. We can put another condition for the state. So if we can write something like else if part, else if p underscore state is equals to p underscore state is equals to L, write So now here we are doing write MAT in liquid state. Okay, MAT in material in liquid state. So we have this. We execute. I'm not giving anything in the color. I'm going to the L. Here I'm writing L and execute. So it says material in liquid state. So we are also able to check the condition on some other field. Now we can check in with multiple fields in a same condition with and or. So how we can do is we can go ahead with something like else if p underscore color is equals to p and p underscore color is equal p underscore state is equals to p underscore state is equals to, that's purple, and state is something like s. Then you can say write color is purple and state is solid. Color is purple and state is solid. Then we have else if p underscore color is equals to v and or p underscore state is equals to g. Then put a condition right. Color is violet or state is gas.
Sir, two full stops you give, sir. Two full stops.
Yeah, it doesn't make
Yes, sir.
any error, so it's okay. So we gave this as purple, state is solid. So we can say color is purple and state is solid. And next, otherwise, like we can give what we gave violet, and this is G. So violet color is violet or state is gas. So we can put it like V and this is solid. Even then that condition only gets triggered. Color is violet or state is gas. We can put this as something like F and this is gas. Then also the same statement will get triggered. Color is violet or state is gas. So now what I'm trying to tell you here is like we can put and condition or condition, and we can have multiple values on which we can have multiple conditions. We can put and, we can put or we can put the right statement, and we'll have all these values. Okay, so these are all the conditions that we have here. Fine. Yeah. Is it okay? Like Okay, so is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you just once try this on the system? Those who
Yes, sir.
in the case statement, we have a very restricted kind of options here. So in the case statement, we can have the condition only on a single field. We cannot have it on multiple fields. So in this kind of statement, in the first line itself, we are putting the condition on a particular field.
Sir,
Yeah,
excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Sir, we can't see the screen, so it's like Excel sheet. We can see Excel sheet.
Okay, so now here we have color is red when W right, color is white when G right, color is green when color is unknown. Okay, so we can put any number of conditions, but all these conditions can be on only one particular field. We cannot have this kind of and conditions, multiple field conditions. All this, nothing is possible. Only just we can only give the condition on a one particular field. That's it. So this is how the case statement works. Say R gives you color is red, but if you give Y, it say color is unknown. That's it. Okay, so you all have done it. Any issues in this? So we can assign 1,000 texts for every program. So for this particular program also, we'll have 1,000 texts. So if you say just create yes, yes, and this is say something like DXC ABAP team save back, and when we execute, activate and execute. So this GUI looks something different because this is an SAP HANA server, slightly different. So if you execute it, okay, we don't get anything because we didn't get any output. We got the output screen, but we didn't get any output because we didn't write anything in this text. So okay, we didn't activate this text. Sorry. So we need to. This is inactive, right? So we have to activate this. Activate and back. Okay. So now if you execute this, you'll get this DXC back. So we've done this. Okay. Next is like we have one more text as we have already seen for the parameters. See, the declaration part should always be out above the output statement. Okay, declaration part should always be above the output statement. So here, what is the declaration statement that we have? Parameters. Let's say we have parameters p underscore a. So if you just have this, execute. So you'll get this. So instead of getting this p underscore a, we should get some name here, some technical name. So for that, what we have to do is we have to go ahead with the text, okay, text elements, and we need to get this selection text. Selection text. We have to change this existing selection text as something like enter a valid input. List headings. These are the list headings. List heading, column heading, selection text, text symbols. We have this. Okay. So now when we execute it, we will get, oh, I need to activate that selection text. So we just need to activate this entire thing. So once it's been active, go to list headings. In the list headings, if you want to get any list headings, so list headings will see data, column headings and list headings, because when we get the output, when we have some data, at the time we can go ahead with this. We have this. Now, yeah, these are types of text and radio buttons. See, let's say we have, I'll go for a very simple option of radio buttons, parameters. In radio buttons, it is mandatory that we should have at least 2 radio buttons. Otherwise, it will not accept. Radio button group G1 and then RB2 radio button group G2, G1. Okay. So irrespective of what is the name of the group, in every group we can give our own group name. It's up to our requirement. So whatever is the name of the group, we need to have at least 2 radio buttons defined for that particular radio group. So we have taken 2 radio buttons, RB1 and RB2, and then we'll write simple logic here. If RB1 is equals to X. X means what? It is selected. If it is selected, it becomes X. Right? First radio button is selected. Else if RB2 is equals to X, right? Second radio button is selected, and if this is what we have. Okay, so these are things that we have. So RB1, RB2. So if RB1 is selected, this is the one. RB2 is selected, this is the one. So we just have this. Now we'll just execute it. Now this is how it comes. RB1, RB2. So I'll go for this RB1. RB1 is by default selected, and if we execute it, it says RB first radio button is selected. Let's go back and go for the RB2 and execute. Second radio button is selected. So this is how we can have any number of radio buttons, but let us see if it works with single radio button. It throws an error. So I'm commenting the second radio button and I'm giving only one radio button, then it will throw an error. Let's see. So it says RB2 is unknown. Okay, even though if I comment this also, it doesn't. It will say it says radio group G1 contains only one parameter. So radio button G1 needs to have at least in a group at least two radio buttons have to be there. So if I uncomment this and make this group as G2, some G2, okay, we are just because I'm taking it as G because group one, group two. So if we take it like that and save syntax check, then what will happen is RB2 is invalid. What it says is okay, RB2 because I have given full stop here. Okay, even then now it says in G2 contains only one parameter. So every group should have at least two radio buttons. Okay, so we'll make it as G1. So this is what we have: RB1, RB2, RB1 radio button group G1, RB2 radio button group G1. So this is how it works. Okay, in radio button we can have any number of radio buttons, but at least one radio button is at least two radio buttons are mandatory. Okay, at least two radio buttons are mandatory. You can have any number of radio buttons, but at least two radio buttons are mandatory. Without two radio buttons, you cannot have the radio buttons at all. Okay, this is one thing. And then we have checkboxes. So how do we declare this checkboxes? As parameters C1, CB1 as checkbox. So you can have only one checkbox also. You can have one checkbox. Yeah, you can have two checkboxes. Checkboxes doesn't have any condition that you need to have because there is no group here. There is no group in checkboxes. Okay, so we'll go for this checkboxes. So So in checkboxes, each of them are independent of each other. So in radio buttons, if you see one radio button is selected, other is unselected. So it is not like that. In a group of radio buttons, we can select only one radio button. Okay, so here let me see RB3 radio button group G1. So we can select only one radio button and anything. One radio button only we can select. Okay. We have this check. So right checkbox one is selected. Okay. Checkbox one is selected. And if CB2 is equals to X, you have to write this slash here. You write checkbox two is so in radio buttons, if you see, I'm selecting one radio button, others are getting unselected. Okay, but in checkboxes, it's not like that. You can select both the checkboxes, or you can select both. You can unselect both the checkboxes. Here, it is mandatory that at least one is selected in radio buttons. You cannot say that I don't want to select any radio button. There is no option like that. Either one of this have to be selected by default. And checkboxes, you can select both or you can unselect both. So I've selected both, so you can say checkbox 1 is selected, checkbox 2 is selected. When I uncheck this CB1 and execute, checkbox 2 is selected. This is what happens. Okay. Okay, so what happens here is in the checkbox, what will happen here is like we have, if one condition is satisfied, it will come out of that if statement. It will not check the next condition in if statement or case statement. It will only check for one condition. If CB1 is, let's say you have checked the CB1, it will next it will not go to the else if statement. You understand this? So
Yes, sir.
reason we have taken separately because we have to check it independently. They are not dependent on each other. But
Okay.
in radio buttons, it's not like that. Radio buttons, you have both are interlinked, so we are putting in the same condition. But here they are independent of each other. So you understand this, right? I think this is clear.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Pragya, I didn't write anything special in that. Just normally any random text. See, if you want to display some text, we have to write text 1 or text 002, 003, 004. Different text we can maintain for up to 999. 0002 to 999 we can maintain different text, and this text can be written there. So whatever you want to maintain, you can maintain. I just randomly wrote this DXC ABAP team and activated this text. So wherever this text hyphen 001 is written in our program, there this code gets executed. That's it. Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, in the if statements, if RB1 is equal to X, you have written no, sir. Is
Yeah.
that mandatory to write X, or we can write any alphabetical?
No. It is mandatory to write X only. Only X.
Okay, sir.
You cannot write anything else. Here, yeah, it's a very good question. I should have told that. So you have to write, and that to capital X only. If you write small x also, it doesn't work. So you have to write here capital X only, because X means it's selected. That's what system understands. So no other alphabet is entertained.
Okay, sir.